well, 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 well. It has been a week since I last uploaded, and if I'm being completely honest, this is not where I thought I would be. While part of me is proud that I got back online, majority of myself feels like I let myself down, as well as you guys watching this video. I could cope and tell you how busy my business has been, or how easy it is to get stuck in the day-to-day grind as an entrepreneur, but it wasn't work really at all. It was doubt. It was fear that what I was making wasn't good enough. Sometimes when I'm writing or editing these videos, there's this whisper of perfectionism and criticism in my ear, and I let that voice stop me in my tracks. The hardest part is that I've been here before, overanalyzing, not taking action, letting fear or doubt subdue what I had burning inside of me. I've been sitting on this calling to YouTube for almost 5 years now, and I've watched so many major content creators start off, build their community, and then pop off. The whole time I was scrutinizing what I was making. This isn't good enough, waiting for the right moment, the perfect plan for the best videos before I could even start building. We all know that feeling of saying that we'll start when we're ready, but you know what? That perfect moment never came. And the truth is, it never will. Not for me or you or anybody. It's a frustrating cycle. And if I'm being honest, it's not just YouTube. The feeling of doubt and hesitation has kept me back in other parts of my life too. And I've learned that dreams don't wait for perfect timing, they grow with consistency and discomfort. For as long as I could remember, the concept of a dream job has eluded me, and I didn't know why, but I was never able to reason with myself a job or career that would be my biggest accomplishment. But despite my inability to fantasize about a role or a company, my parents always told me that it was the best thing for me to do, and that I just hadn't found that thing yet. I don't blame them. It's the lifestyle that's marketed to us at birth. Go to school, join orgs, study hard, party harder, optimize your LinkedIn profile, and work a good enough job to afford the distractions and acceptance of the masses. Rinse and repeat for long enough and you'll feel like you're on top of the world. Only problem is, you're not. It's just a conglomerate of other worlds that's bound together by the validation of the people in them. It wasn't until my early 20s that I began to notice this though. And at the time, I was vice president of my fraternity in college. I was working full-time at one of the biggest tech companies in the world, paying me very, very good money. I was always out, socializing, meeting people, networking. I was too far in. And once I started to notice the breadcrumbs of discontentment in my life, I did whatever I could to ignore them. We all know what it feels like to escape, to cope, to seek out distractions that make us numb to the discomfort that we really feel deep inside of us. But escapism only deepens the void faster and faster behind the cover of dopamine. Eventually, the cognitive dissonance snowballed to a point that it became unbearable. I could be at work, in bed, at a party, on campus. A single thought or aspect of the world around me would send me into an internal dialogue, desperate to find the reasoning behind what it was I was doing and why I could never be happy with it. I thought I was going crazy or depressed or both. I would talk to my parents about it. I'd go see doctors, and they told me that what I was feeling was normal and that school can make anyone anxious. I should consider Lexapro. I never wanted to take medication. I knew it wasn't insane to know that there was something inside of me that was screaming at me. So I would self-medicate with distractions. But when I became too anxious to numb myself, I had no choice but to face the truth, find the truth. The only thing that could fill that void in my stomach, it wasn't a job, it wasn't a party or degree or the validation from others that I thought I needed. What I needed was internal. It was purpose. It was something that I could do and no one could know about, that I would still be proud of. And I learned that success doesn't come from chasing external rewards and outcomes. It comes from building something meaningful. Success doesn't come from me getting likes on these videos or getting more views. It comes from building these videos. It comes from doing something meaningful. And that's the difference, is that when you build with a purpose and not a plan, success actually finds you. Because when you spend your time chasing, you'll always feel like that you're missing something, or that you can get more if you do something else. So as I sit here a week later, I'm reminded of the most important lesson. The hardest lesson I've learned is that it's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. And if there's anything that I've learned, is that the only cure for doubt and anxiety is action. Any action is a bigger step than no action. You don't know what you could have done better until you do it the first time. So if you're watching this and you're feeling stuck, or you're waiting for something to happen before you take that next step, I want you to stop and ask yourself how you would feel if you died before you could pursue this dream or this goal, this vision for your future. Could you live with yourself knowing that what you wanted to do while you were here only lived in your head? How would you feel if no one believed in your dream or even knew you were chasing it? Do you need their approval to do what you know is inside of you to do? Did you reason with yourself? Try and find every reason not to start? Or use that as fuel? Use that as a reason to find those answers, to make that jump? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many views or likes this video gets. The satisfaction I have is doing it. It's not the result of doing it, it's just the action of doing it. So yeah, that's all I got. It's getting late. I have to edit this still, so I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.
Tenacious, but I take time. Fall 7, rise up 8 times. Wait up 8 times. Where I beat the odds like a hate crime. Y'all chasing comfort, hate mine. I made myself a new way through overtime and 2-a-days. Investing in some real estate. Can't listen what them people think. I never thought I'd see the day I live my dreams a sweeter way. Follow Jake, I lead the way.